Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Kemet Maasai Academy. And this is our live PEP ability test class. So we're continuing with our ability test. The actual exam is this Thursday. So we're winding down, we're sharpening our skills. All right, so for those in the chat, if you want to join me in studio, that's the link. Welcome, Nordika.
Hi, Miss.
How are you?
I'm fine. Super fine, by the way.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get started. So I'm going to share the screen. We're going to go straight into. All right, so it's the 2022 PEP student camp assessment, and it was issued by the Ministry of Education. So all the papers that we did last week were from the Ministry of Education's PEP camp. Okay, welcome, Shalicia. All right, let's go. We want to get through We want to get through 15 questions today and the other 15 tomorrow. All right, so questions 1 to 3 will be verbal reasoning, and the skills to develop here are to analyze, compare, and classify. All right. Nordika, could you read question 1, please?
Okay, Miss. Which does not belong to the group? Which does not belong to the group? A. Chicken. B. Eagle. C. Parrot. D. Penguin. Which does not belong to the group? A. Chicken. B. Eagle. C. Parrot. And D. Penguin.
All right. What do you say, Nordika?
Miss, I said chicken.
Why do you say chicken?
Because chicken is like an animal that reproduce. I like eagles. Eagle is like and the rest can fly. That's what I meant.
Can the penguin fly?
Not sure. No, miss. No, actually, miss, can I change my answer?
Sure.
And miss,
Good
I
night,
meant
Miss and classmates.
Welcome, Amar. Good night. Go ahead,
miss,
Nordika.
I meant D because the chicken can fly, the eagle can fly, and the parrot can fly.
So you have changed your answer to the penguin.
Yes.
All right. Anybody else? Any other answer for number 1? Nordika is saying the important word here is not. So which one is not? Which one does not belong to the group? Nordika is saying it's penguin because all the other birds can. They're all birds, right? So they will have something in common. They're all birds, but penguin is different because it is a flightless bird. All right, so Nordika, you are correct in that. Shalicia, question 2, please.
Question 2. Which is the odd one out? Which is the odd one out? A. Skin. B. Kidney. C. Lung, D. Heart. Which is the odd one out? The options are A. Skin, B. Kidney, C. Lung, D. Heart.
You want to tell me your answer, Shalicia? Which one do you think is the odd one out?
Miss, I think it's A. Skin.
Why is it?
Kidney, lung, and heart are organs, and skin is a sense organ.
It is an organ. They are all organs. If you look at if you look at the bubble on the right, it says try to find what is similar about the options. What group could they be placed in? And choose the option that is different from the other. So they all have something in common. In this case, they are all organs, but one of them is a different kind of organ from the others. Anybody else want to try? What was your answer, Shalicia?
Miss, my answer was skin. A.
But you were saying the others are organs, but the skin is what?
Miss, the skin is a sense organ while the rest are internal.
Okay, so now you're talking. The others are internal organs, and the skin is an external organ. That is correct. All right, so over in the chat, okay, so over in the chat, we have Miss Reed is reiterating that the skin is an external organ, the others are internal organ. So Miss Reed is over there holding up the chat for us. All right, so Amari, you're going to take question 3, please. Go ahead.
Okay, miss. Which of the following does not belong in this group? A. Burning, B. Evaporating, C. Freezing, D. Melting. Try to find out what is similar about the options. What groups could they be placed in? Choose the option that is different from the others. Question 3. Which of the following does not belong in this group? A. Burning, B. Evaporating, C. Freezing, D. Melting. Try to find what is similar about the options. What groups could be placed in? Choose the option that is different from the others. Miss, I have my answers.
Go ahead, Amari.
Miss, I would say B. Evaporating. Miss.
Why is it different?
Miss, it's different, miss, because miss, miss, you can use the freezing and melting, miss. It's you can use it to say, like, for example, water, miss. It's freezing and the water is melting, miss. You can also
Can
use
the
it.
water evaporate?
Oh, yes, miss. Miss, I would say A or B, miss.
If you're saying A, what would be the difference?
Miss, because can't, you can't burn water, miss. Miss, miss,
Okay,
I
I
don't
hear
think.
you. Anyone else will offer another explanation? So Amari started off by saying you can freeze and melt water, but then you realized you could also evaporate water. And then he went further to say, well, you can't burn water. So burning seems to be the odd one out. The other three are processes in the water cycle in which we have the change of state of water from different um, matter, from solid to liquid to gas, right? Different states of matter. So A is actually correct. Nardika, we're going back to you for question 4. Questions 4 and 5 are verbal reasoning, and in these questions, we're asked to make determinations and inferences from what we read. So, Nardika, I'd like you to read the first part of this passage for me twice.
Okay, miss. It says that tomatoes and peppers can be planted.
Pull a bit. Read the title, please.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, miss. Reading passage, growing vegetables. I repeat, reading passage and growing vegetables. Tomatoes and peppers can be planted year long. Once sufficient moisturizing is available.
Moisture.
Thank you, miss. Moisture is available. The best method for planting these vegetables is by transplanting seedlings that were planted in seed trays or boxes. Tomatoes need lots of sun, rich, loose soil, and lots of water. The roots, not the leaves, must be watered. Tomatoes plants grow very tall, so they need to be tied to a pole or be stacked. Tomatoes and peppers can be planted year long once sufficient moisture is available. The best method for planting these vegetables is by transplanting seedlings that were planted in seed trays or boxes. Tomatoes need lots of sunlight, rich loose soil, and lots of water. The roots, not the leaves, must be watered. Tomatoes plants grow very tall, so they need to be tied to a pole or be stacked.
Staked.
Staked.
All right, and it also says use the information below to answer the questions that follow, right? All right, so Shalicia, question 4, please.
Question 4. Which statement gives the best conditions for growing tomatoes? A. Tomatoes are planted by transplanting seedlings. B. Tomatoes can be planted all year long. C. Tomatoes grow very tall and need to be tied. D. Tomatoes need lots of sun and water. Read carefully to obtain details. Question 4. Which statement gives the best conditions for growing tomatoes? A. Tomatoes are planted by transplanting seeds. B. Tomatoes can be planted all year long. C. Tomatoes grow very tall and need to be tied. D. Tomatoes need lots of sun and water. Read carefully to obtain details.
All right. So based on the passage, do you see an answer? Look back at the answers again.
Miss, I have my answer.
All right, what do you say, Amari?
Miss, I would say D. Miss. Tomatoes need lots of sun and water, miss.
All right, so let's go back. Tomatoes can be planted, they need sufficient moisture. All right, so it says tomatoes need lots of sun right here. Tomatoes need lots of sun, rich loose soil, and lots of water. So that is correct. All right, Amari, it's your turn for question 5.
Yes, miss. Question 5. A farmer uses a sprinkler system that sprays water high into the air to water his tomatoes. Which statement likely explains why the farmer should stop this practice? A farmer uses a sprinkler system that sprays water high into the air to water his tomatoes. Which statement likely explains why the farmer should stop this practice? A. Tomatoes need rich, loose soil. B. Only the leaf must be watered. C. Only the roots must be watered. D. Tomatoes need to be tied to a pole. Miss, uh, Miss, Miss, can you please go back on the passage, please? Okay, Miss, I think I have my answer, Miss.
All right. What's your answer?
Miss, I think it's A, Miss, because Miss, it says tomatoes need rich, loose soil.
All
Miss,
right. So, what is the practice that the farmer is doing?
sorry, Miss, can I change my answer, please, Miss?
Because remember, they are specifically asking now about this practice. There might be statements in here which are true, but they are not necessarily regarding the practice that is mentioned here. So you're saying you want to restate your choice
Yes, Miss.
too?
Miss C, Miss, only the roots must be watered, Miss.
What made
Miss,
you change your mind?
Miss, the reason why, Miss, naturally, plants plants need their roots to have water, Miss, and it says that the sprinkler water is high into the air, so not enough water would really touch the roots, it would touch the leaves.
But look at the passage. Does it specifically say something about watering the tomato?
Yes, Miss, it says the roots, not the leaves, must be watered.
Exactly, right? So he's watering the leaves, and it specifically says, do not water the leaves, water the roots. So the answer is C. All right. Questions 6 and 7 are verbal reasoning, and we are to analyze and draw conclusions. Question 6 says, all matter takes up space and has mass. All solids, liquids, and gases are matter. Therefore, all gases what? So let me say that again. Question 6. All matter takes up space and has mass. All solids, liquids, and gases are matter. Therefore, all gases what? All right, so Nardika, please read everything on the board and then you tell me your answer.
Okay. Question 6 says, Miss, can you hear me after all?
I can hear you.
All matter take up space and has mass. All solids, liquid, and gases are matter. Therefore, all gases A cannot be seen and has mass. B has mass and take up space. C can be seen and take up space. And D has no mass and take up space. All matter takes up space and has mass. All solids, liquid, and gases are
Solid.
matter. So, thank you, Miss. All solids, liquid, and gases are matter. Therefore, all gases dash A cannot be seen and has mass. B has mass and takes up space. C can be seen and takes up space. D has no mass and takes up space.
All right.
Miss,
What
I
would,
think I need a little bit of time to do that one.
all right. Anyone else? Anyone else want to say what they think for that one? So all solids, liquids, and gases are matter. All matter takes up space and has mass. So therefore, what can we say about gases? So we're using logic to deduce, to come to a conclusion about something based on the original statement, and then based on information we have been told about the thing, how can we logically deduce? Who is ready to go for that one? So let's see. All matter takes up space and has mass. So if solids, liquids, and gases are matter, then it follows that solids, liquids, and gases take up space and have mass. So all gases what? Has mass and takes up space because it is matter.
Matters.
It is matter, and all matter takes up space and has mass. So gases must take up space and have mass. That's a logical deduction. So the hint here says start by eliminating the statements that are way out. Look closely at the statements that remain and choose the best one that fits the information given. So it's Shelicia's turn. Go ahead, Shelicia.
Find two statements below that together prove that Stephen attends science club. Number 1. Stephen's school has chess and science clubs. Number 2. Shauna has science club with Jake. 3. Stephen's friend Jake attends chess and science clubs. 4. Stephen and Jake are in the same clubs. 5. Jake's sister Shauna attends chess club with Stephen. The options are A. 1 and 2, B. 1 and 5, C. 2 and 3, D. 3 and 4. Find the two statements below that together prove that Stephen attends science club. Number 1. Stephen's school has chess and science clubs. Number 2. Shauna has science club with Jake. Number 3. Stephen's friend Jake attends chess and science clubs. Number 4. Stephen and Jake are in the same clubs. Number 5. Jake's sister Shauna attends chess club with Stephen. The options are A. 1 and 2, B. 1 and 5, C. 2 and 3, and D. 3 and 4.
All right, so which ones together would prove that Stephen attends science club? It says find the two statements together. The two statements below that when you put them together, the information together would prove that Stephen attends science club.
Miss, I think it's D. 3 and 4.
What do 3 and 4 say?
Miss 3 says Stephen's friend Jake attends chess and science clubs. Number 4 says Stephen and Jake are in the same clubs.
So why would that be a logical deduction to prove that Stephen attends science club?
Miss Statement 3 says Stephen's friend Jake attends chess and science clubs. And Stephen and Jake are in the same clubs. That proves that Stephen attends science club with Jake because they're in the same clubs.
Okay, that is correct. And for question
Miss,
for one, yes, go ahead.
Miss, it could also be Miss. It could also be B, Miss. Miss, I had two answers at first, Miss, B and D, Miss. That's why I said B and D, miss, because first of all, it says, Miss Number One, it says Stephen's School has chess and science clubs. That means that there's actually science clubs in the school. And Miss Number Five says Jake's sister, Shanna, attends chess club with Stephen. But Miss also number 3 and number 4 proves that he goes to science club, miss.
But 1 and 5 don't prove that Stephen attends science club. The fact that the school has a science
Oh,
club doesn't mean Stephen attends it. Just
Miss
the fact that the
Harris.
school has it, and the fact that Shanna does chess has nothing to do with Stephen doing science. Stephen
Miss,
does chess with Shanna, yes, but that has no bearing on the science, right? So it
my
is
eyes
indeed,
are wrong, miss. Miss,
yeah,
I thought the chess was science, miss.
right. All right, so Amari, it's your turn. Question 8.
Okay, miss. Question 8. A class investigated the growth of plants under different environmental conditions. The results were placed in the table below. Group 1, 2, 3. Amount of light, plenty, plenty, little. Amount of water, little, plenty, plenty. After 2 weeks, plants were small and brown. Plants were tall and green. Plants were very tall and pale yellow. Question 8. A class investigated the growth of plants under different environmental conditions. The results were placed in the table below. Group 1, 2, 3. Amount of light, plenty, plenty, little. Amount of water, little, plenty, plenty. After 2 weeks, plants were small and brown. Plants were tall and green. Plants were very tall and pale yellow. Miss something.
Are you ready?
Miss, yes. Miss, should we write down the table, miss?
Let's see what they want from us first.
Okay.
Um, so Shahim, welcome. And is it Kaylee?
Thank you, miss.
Is it Kaylee? Khalil? I'm not sure. The other student who just
Yes,
joined.
miss.
How do you pronounce your name?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. All right, Shahim, can you read
No, woman.
the options?
So when we that from reading newspaper. Okay, miss. A. Plants grow best with plenty of light. B. Plants grow best with plenty of light and water. C. Plants grow best with plenty of water. D. Water and light do not affect plant growth. A. Plants grow best with plenty of light. B. Plants grow best with plenty of light and water. C. Plants grow best with plenty of water. D. Water and light do not affect plant growth.
Read the bubble.
Analyze the results in the table. Which statement supports these results? Analyze the results in the table. Which statement supports these results?
All right, so everybody, so look back again at the table. And remember, we're looking to see which one supports the results from the table. Do plants need plenty of light and water, plenty of water, or is it that light and water has no effect? So study the table based on what we see happening. So plant 1 got plenty of light, a little water, and the plants were small and brown. Plant 2, plenty of light, plenty of water, the plants were tall and green. For 3, it got a little light, plenty water, and the plants were very tall, but were pale yellow. So then, what can we deduce from this experiment? When the plant got lots of water, but lots of light, but little water,
Miss
small
the
and
plant.
brown. Each
Miss
person tell
that.
me what you're saying. Shahim,
Miss.
Yes, miss.
sorry, who was speaking? Amari?
Yes, miss.
Go ahead, Amari.
Miss, I was saying that group one's plant, miss their plant didn't do so well with the little amount of water that it
Mm-hmm.
got, miss. So the plants were small and brown, miss. Almost small and brown, miss. Miss, I don't think that is good for a plant for it to be brown
Okay,
and small, miss. That probably means it's about to die or something like that, miss.
okay.
And it needs more water, miss. It's dry.
All right. Anybody else want to pitch in? Good night, Andreen. Good night, Dwayne. Let me see your answers in the chat. So, which option are we going with, guys? Is it A, plants grow best with plenty of light? B, they need plenty of light and water. C, plenty of water.
Miss,
Which one we're going?
miss, I think it's B, miss. B.
Miss, I think it's B.
Okay. So it's unanimous.
Miss,
They need light and water because if we look back, with a little bit of water, they are brown and small. With a little bit of light, they are tall, but they are pale yellow. So it's the plenty water and plenty light that makes them tall and green, which is how we want them to be. All right, so let's see now. All right, so I'm going to ask the ladies to wait backstage a little while I allow two other students a chance to come in. All right, so welcome, Pure. Yeah, welcome, guys. All right, Kaylee, I'm going to ask you to read question 9. Well, let me read this part. Question 9 is verbal reasoning. We're to analyze and classify. The diagram below shows a key that is used to classify beans. All right, Kaylee, please read from top to bottom of this diagram that's classifying the beans.
Okay, Miss. Beans, grown garbanzano bean, oval, not white, white northern bean, spotted, pinto bean, not spotted, black, black bean, red brown, kidney bean.
Okay, from the top again.
Beans, brown garbanzo beans, oval, not white, white northern bean, spotted, pinto bean, not spotted, black bean, red brown, kidney bean.
All right, so we can see that it's branching off. Each time it's branching off into different sections. So beans is the general category. And we have round beans and we have beans that shape oval. For the round beans, there is the garbanzo bean. That's the only round one. For the oval beans, that branch off into two types of oval beans, those that are white and those that are not white. For the oval beans that are white, we have the white northern bean. For the oval beans that are not white, it also branches off into two types. We have those with spots and those without spots. The spotted, not white oval beans is a pinto bean, and the not spotted branches into two, the black and the red brown. And the red brown is the kidney bean, And I can't see below the black. What does this say?
Black
Black
beans.
bean.
Hmm?
Black beans.
Black bean. All right.
It's
So this is a way of categorizing the beans to see how which one branch off into what and branch off into what. All right. So Pure, please read the actual question and options now for me, and the bubble to the right as well.
Arms, which is the best description of pinto bean? What is the best description of pinto bean? A. Oval and spotted. B. Oval and not spotted. C. Round and spotted. D. Round and not spotted. A. Oval and spotted. B. Oval and not spotted. C. Round and spotted. D. Round and not spotted. Analyze the diagram. What characteristics can be identified, which is the most suitable group?
Again, the bubble.
Analyze the diagram. What
Characteristics.
characteristics can be identified, which is the most suitable group?
All right, so let's study the diagram again. We're looking for pinto beans. Pinto beans. So look now. So here's the pinto bean. Which categories, which two categories does it branch off from? Look carefully.
let's have my answer, miss.
Hold on.
Miss,
Pure, do you
miss,
have your answers yet?
yes, miss.
What do you say, Pure?
Miss, I say
Look back at the pinto bean, look at it.
Miss, I have my answer.
All right, so let me hear what Pure is saying for the pinto.
Miss oval and spotted, miss.
What letter is that?
Miss A.
All right, Amara, what do you say?
Miss, I say oval and spotted, miss.
Or anybody else?
Yes, miss, I say oval and spotted too.
Yes, Mr.
Miss, I also say oval and spotted.
So it's unanimous. We all say. So let's see. Pinto bean is under spotted. And if we go back up, so it's not white. And we go back up, it's also oval. So it's correct. So it's oval and spotted. And that's A for the pinto bean. For question 10, we are to analyze and classify. The diagram below shows a key used to identify penguins or penguins, whichever way you want to pronounce it. Penguins, penguins. All right, so let's see now. Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it? Who just went? Pure? So did Kaylee read?
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
All right, so we are back to Amari. We're back to Amari. Please read the diagram for me.
Okay, miss. Key. Does the penguin have tufts or of feathers on its head? Yes, no. Is it shorter than 50 centimeters? Does it have white markings on its face? Yes, no. Rockhopper penguin, Snares Island penguin. Yes, no. Is it taller than 70 centimeters? No. Adi- Ad- Adelaide penguin. Yes, no. Yellow-eyed penguin. Galapagos penguin. Key. Does the penguin have tufts of feathers on its head? Yes, it is shorter than 50 centimeters. Yes, rockhopper penguin. No. Does it have white markings on its face? No. Snares Island penguin. No. Adelie penguin. Yes. Is it taller than 70 centimeters? Yes. Yellow-eyed penguin. No. Galapagos penguin. Miss Anthony.
All right, so let's just take a minute and just study because this diagram is very worded. So let's just take a minute and look at it. I'm not seeing the names of one person on the screen. So we have Amari, Shaheem, Kaylee, Pure, and who is the other student?
Miss Jair.
Miss Jair, Miss.
Okay, welcome, Jair. Can you hear me,
Thank you,
Jair?
Miss.
So Amari, so let's look.
Yes, Miss, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Jair, can you read what's on the screen, please, twice?
The penguin in the diagram is the best described as an yellow-eyed penguin, rockhopper penguin.
Read the letters too.
Miss, what did you say, Miss?
Read the letters as well.
Okay, Miss. A, yellow-eyed penguin. B, rockhopper penguin. C, Galapagos,
Galapagos. Galapagos.
Galapagos penguin. D,
Adelie penguin.
Adelie penguin. A, yellow-eyed penguin. B, rockhopper penguin. C, Galapagos penguin. D, Adelie penguin.
Read the bubble as well, please, Jair.
Analyze the diagram. What characteristics can be identified? Which is the most suitable group?
Again.
Analyze the diagram. What characteristics can be identified? Which is the most suitable group?
All right, so let's look at this guy here on the screen. So he is 45 centimeters high. He has, look at the features that he has, right? Study him. And let's go back and see. So does he has tufts or feathers, tufts of feathers on his head? Does he? Look at that. If he does.
No.
No, Miss.
No, if he doesn't, we'll go this way. Does he have white markings on his face?
Why?
Yes.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
So if it's yes, we go this way. Is it taller than 72 centimeters?
No,
No,
Miss.
No, Miss.
So if it's no, then we should go this way, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, Miss.
So which one is that?
Galapagos.
Galapagos penguin.
The Galapagos
Miss,
penguin.
it has Galapagos.
Miss C. Galapagos penguins.
So
Miss,
that
I say
is
C.
C, 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 C. Anybody disagree?
No,
And this was that was question
No,
one.
Miss.
Let me look in the chat to see what's happening in the chat. All right, remember, guys, in the chat, you have to say which question you're answering. So Miss Reed had posted her answer: pinto beans, oval and spotted. A, okay. All right, how about this question 10? Let's look at it again. Let's look at question 10 again. So it doesn't have tufts. Doesn't have any tufts. It has white markings. Tufts of feathers on its head. I want to see it. I want to see the head better. So I'm gonna zoom in and see if I can see any tufts. I'm not seeing any tufts of feathers, right, guys? No tufts of feathers.
No tufts, miss.
No tufts. All right. So
No.
I'm not seeing any tufts of feathers. I am seeing the white markings, and I am seeing that it's 45 centimeters. So let's go back again and double check this one because I want to be sure. So no tufts, so we go this way. It has white markings, yes, so we go that way. Taller than 70, nope, it's 45, so we go that way. All right, so we can safely say it's the Galapagos. All right. Okay, so question 11, we're to analyze and draw conclusions. Again, we have another diagram. So if you're doing the ability test, be prepared to study your diagrams. Question 11, the diagram below shows some students on a seesaw, and we want you to answer the question. So study these students.
Yes.
Amari, I'm going to ask you to wait backstage. I'm going to allow somebody else, but I can't see the person's name. So you guys gonna have to tell me whose name it is.
Mrs. Genesis.
Chris.
Oh, welcome, Genesis. So we're studying the students on the seesaw. What are their names?
Miss
Miss
Joe.
Joe, Mary,
Joe,
Sam and Mary, miss.
Sam, and Mary.
All right, so first Mary is there with Joe. Okay. And then Mary is there with Sam. All right. Genesis, can you read question 11, please, along with the bubble, and read them twice for me? Can you hear me, Genesis?
Yes, please.
Speak louder and read for me.
Which statement does the diagram most likely support? A, so is the
Would you speak up for me, Genesis?
A, so is
Heavier.
heavier than Mary. B, Mary is the C, Sam, C, Sam, than Mary.
Read it again, please.
Does the diagram likely support? A, Joe is heavier than Mary. B, Mary is the heaviest. C, Sam is the lightest. D, Sam is heavier than Mary.
All right, read the bubble for me, Genesis. Analyze the diagram.
Analyze the diagram. Does the diagram support each statement? Analyze the diagram. Does the diagram support each statement?
All right, guys. So we're going to look back at the diagram, right? But how are we going to decide who is heavier? Would it be the one down or the one up in the air?
The one
The one who is down on the ground would be the heavier one, or the one who is up in the air?
that's down.
Do we agree? Because
Yes, miss.
the seesaw is centered, right? It's centered,
Yes, miss.
so it's equal distance from the fulcrum. In both cases, equal distance from the fulcrum. So the one that's on the ground, then we can deduce that that's the heavier person. So when Joe was with Mary, Mary is the heavier based on this diagram. And when Sam is with Mary, Mary is also the heavier one. She's down because
Yes,
the
miss.
seesaw is centered. So then, let's see. Is Joe heavier than Mary? Mary is the heaviest. Sam is the lightest. Sam is heavier than Mary. Which one?
Miss B, miss.
Miss B, Miss Mary is the
Let's
heaviest.
see.
Mary is the
Mary.
heaviest, miss.
All right, so everybody's saying Mary is the heaviest.
Yes, miss.
All right, so let's look back and see. Well, I would tend to agree with this as well because, all right, Sam looks smaller than Joe, right? But they're both having the same effect. Mary is heavier than them both. So whether we were not able to compare Sam to Joe, but we know that Mary is heavier than Joe and Mary is heavier than Sam. So I think we're going to go with that one. Mary is the heaviest. All agree?
Yes, miss.
All right, so let's
Yes.
go back to Shahim.
Miss.
Yes, miss.
Go back to Shahim. Read item 12, which is where to make determinations and inferences from what we read. So read this passage, short passage for me twice, Shahim.
Yes, miss. The paragraph below gives some facts about a type of turtle. The turtle eats grass and smaller animals. The colors on its shell allow it to blend in with the forest floor. The, tur- the turtle moves slower than its predators, such as foxes. When the turtle senses danger, it hides inside its hard shell. The paragraph below gives some facts about a type of turtle. The turtle eats grass and smaller animals. The colors on its shell allow it to blend in with the forest floor. The turtle moves slower than its predators, such as foxes. When the turtle senses danger, it hides inside its hard shell.
All right, so Kaylee, please read the options twice.
Which two reasons below explain how the turtle protects itself from predators? A. The turtle eats grass and small animals. B. The turtle hides inside its shell. C. The turtle moves slowly. D. The turtle shell is colored. A. The turtle eats grass and small animals. B. The turtle hides inside its shell. C. The turtle moves slowly. D. The turtle shell is colored.
Read the bubble as well.
Read carefully to obtain details.
So we're looking for the two that tells us that the turtle protects itself. So what do you guys think for that one?
Miss me, miss.
Go ahead.
Miss, I pick B, miss. The turtle hides in its shell, and D, miss. The turtle's shell is colored.
Or
Miss
anybody
Ashley
else?
Yes,
is
Miss,
said
I
the
agree.
turtle hides in its.
Shell, okay. So it hides in the shell. The shell is hard and durable for it to hide, and it also camouflages under the colored shell. So that's definitely protection. So please note that in some of the questions for the ability test, you might be asked to choose more than one options, right? So Amari in the chat is saying D as well. Audie is saying D. Dwayne is saying D. So everybody is on the right track. Anne Rose is saying good night. Good night, Anne. So don't think that all the questions are single answer questions. You might be asked to choose two. So you see they highlight the word two. So you have to read carefully. All right, Pure, it's your turn. Question 13. Is Pure there? Pure got kicked off.
Oh,
Pure,
but she's still
Oh,
here.
Miss, I'm here. Miss, I'm
go
here,
ahead.
Miss. The
Go ahead.
diagram below. Miss, the diagram below shows four identical balloons filled with gases. The diagram below shows four identical balloons filled with gases. The balloons are tied to the ends of balance scales using a light string. The balloons are tied to the ends of balance balance scales using a light string.
Are you able to read the numbers on the balloons?
Miss, I
Yes,
am.
miss. Miss, yes,
What,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
what does this one say?
Miss, that's one.
Yes, one.
Guess one.
Is there a unit?
Gas.
No,
One
miss.
Miss
gas,
Gas
miss
one.
gas.
Gas
Guess
one.
one, miss.
Oh, it just said gas 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, miss.
Yes, what?
Oh,
Guess one,
Wait,
two,
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 Yes,
three.
three.
1,
No,
2,
Miss.
2, and 3.
Gas
one,
one. Gas
one,
two.
gas,
Gas
two,
two.
gas,
Gas
two, gas,
three.
2, 3, 3.
Oh, so gas 1, 2, and then 2, 3.
Yes, miss.
All right, let's see what they want us to do. Jair, please read.
Which statement is true based on the
Read the question as
diagram?
well. Question.
Question 13. Which statement is true based on the diagram? A. Gas 1 has more gas mass than gas 3. B. Gas 1 has less mass than gas 2. C. Gas 2 has more gas mass than gas 3. 3. D. Gas 3 is heavier than gas 1.
Again.
A. Gas 1 has more mass than gas 3. B. Gas 1 has less mass than gas 2. C. Gas 2 has more mass than gas 3. D. Gas 3 is heavier than gas 1.
And read the bubble chart.
Analyze those diagrams. Does the diagram support each statement?
Again.
Analyze the diagram. Does the diagram support each statement?
What would we be looking for in order to decide if the gas is heavier, has more mass? What would we be looking for to see if one gas has more mass than the other or is heavier than the other? What would tell us that?
How high or low?
How high or low? So which one would be low?
That's one.
No, what I'm saying, would the heavier one be lower or would the lighter one be lower?
The lighter one would be higher. The lighter one would be the highest.
All right, so look at them again. Would you say that gas 1 and gas 2 are basically, is there anyone heavier or lighter?
No, miss.
No, they look the same. They look the same.
Balanced, right? They are balanced, right? So how about gas 2 and 3?
They are odd.
They are not balanced. Which one is heavier?
Miss Gas
Gas
3.
3.
3. All right. So let's see now. So that means gas 3 is heavier than gas 2 as well as gas 1, right? Is that
Miss.
correct?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
All right. So which one are we going with then? Is gas 1 um, heavier or have more mass than gas 3? Does gas 1 have more mass than gas 3? I'm asking. Does this one, gas
No.
1,
No, miss.
No,
more mass
miss.
than
No,
that one?
miss.
No, miss.
Does gas 1 have less mass than gas 2?
No.
No, miss.
No,
Remember, we
miss.
No,
No,
miss.
miss.
mass than gas 2. Does gas 2 have more mass than
No, miss.
No, miss.
No, miss.
gas 3 is heavier than gas 1?
Yes,
Yes.
miss.
Yes.
All right.
Jeez.
So what are we going with then?
Miss
D?
D. Yes,
D.
miss.
D.
Okay. So we're going with D.
Oh, no. No.
All right. Genesis, I'm going to ask you to read question 14, in which we are to analyze and draw conclusions. Read the statements twice, please.
A student did a
Scratch.
scratch test on 4 different rocks to see which one was the hardest. 4 different objects were used to scratch each rock. The table shows the students' results. A
Again.
student, a student did a scratch test on 4 different rocks to see
Which
was
one?
the hardest. Which one was the hardest? 4 different objects were used to scratch each rock. The table shows the students' results.
All right, so here's the table. So we have marble, sandstone, granite, and talc. And the fingernail could not scratch the marble, the coin scratched it, the matchstick couldn't scratch it, the plastic knife couldn't scratch it. For the sandstone, the coin and the plastic knife scratched it. For the granite, none of these scratched it. And for the talc, all of these things scratched it. So when we talk about the hardness of rock, depending on what we're able to use to scratch it, will tell you how hard it is. So of course, you know, the fingernail is soft. So if your fingernail can scratch the rock is pretty soft too, right? So the fingernail could only scratch the talc. The coin is pretty hard. So for the coin to be able to scratch the rock also too is hard. Matchstick, not so hard. Plastic knife, not so hard. So based on what was able to scratch what. So let's look again. The marble, the coin alone could scratch it. The sandstone, the coin could scratch it. The plastic knife could also scratch it. The granite, nothing could scratch it. See, X in all the categories. Fingernail couldn't scratch it. Coin couldn't scratch it. Matchstick couldn't scratch it. Plastic couldn't scratch it. And the talc, everything could scratch the talc. So based on these findings, Shaheem, read again for me the
Yes,
option.
miss. Question 14. Which is the hardest rock? A. Marble. A. Marble. B. Granite. C. Sandstone. D. Talc. Question 14. Which is the hardest rock? A. Marble. B. Granite. C. Sandstone. D. Talc. Use the information given in the question. Make conclusions. Use the information given in the question. Make conclusions.
So what are we saying for this one, guys?
Mrs. D. Miss Talc.
I agree.
You're asking for the hardest or softest? The hardest?
Miss
Oh, sorry,
hardest.
Miss.
Miss, I
Sorry,
said
Miss B.
granite.
Miss. Sorry, Miss B. B.
B granite,
B.
miss.
Granite,
B.
Miss.
Oh, granite. Oh,
So, okay, so you're changing pure. So we're
yes,
all
miss.
saying granite. Anybody not saying granite? And why
This
are we
is
saying
granite, Miss.
why are we saying granite?
Miss Bacara's nothing scratched it, Miss. Nothing managed to scratch.
Nothing was able to scratch the granite. It's very
Yes.
tough. It's an igneous rock forged in fire, right? So when it hardens, it gets pretty hard. The talc is a sedimentary rock. It's actually the softest rock, right?
Yes,
Okay,
miss.
so the granite is the hardest. All right, and the last question is question 15. Tomorrow we'll do from 16 to 30. Two students collected information on the health practices of 4 adults, and the table shows what they found out, right? So, two students collected information on the health practices of 4 adults, and the table shows what they found out. So, let's look at the table. So the 4 adults, the categories are exercise regularly, eats a balanced diet, smokes regularly, cleans teeth regularly. So P only smokes regularly, does not exercise, does not eat a balanced diet, does not clean teeth regularly. For Q, exercise regularly, eats a balanced diet, but does not smoke, does not clean teeth regularly. R, exercises, eats a balanced diet, does not smoke, and cleans teeth regularly. And S, exercises, doesn't eat balanced diet, smokes, and cleans teeth. So Pure, read these options.
Yes, miss. Which two adults are
Question,
most.
question.
Oh, question 15. Which two adults are most likely to have healthy hearts? A. Adult P. B. Adult Q. C. Adult R. D. Adult S. Question 15. Which two adults are most likely to have healthy hearts? A. Adult P. B. Adult Q. C. Adult R. D. Adult S. Use the information given in the question, make conclusions. Use the information given in the question, make conclusions.
So, what are we? Which two? Remember, I said two. This is another of those questions where it's two things we must choose, not just one. So, based on what these adults, based on their health practices, which two would we say are the healthiest, have the healthiest hearts?
Miss,
So,
can I go?
Miss,
sure.
I have my answer.
Miss, I think it's R and Q,
All
Miss.
right. So
R and Q.
everybody's gonna get their turn. So Shahim,
R and Q, Miss.
Miss,
R and Q, Pure,
Miss R and Q, Miss.
Jair,
Miss R and S.
Genesis, Kaylee.
R and Q.
All right.
RNS, miss.
The rest of you type in the chat for me. Which two?
Miss RNS.
R and S. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back and look. Amari is saying, what's that Amari saying? I can't make it out. Oh, Amari was
He's saying R and Q.
R and Q. So let's have a look. So we know that cigarette smoking is not good for the health, for the heart, right?
Yes.
So the persons who have a tick under smokes regularly, their heart definitely not gonna be healthy, right? So we can
Miss
basically
Q and R, Miss.
take out P and S, don't it? But let's double check. Not S. Yeah, P and S. And P also does not clean their teeth. So that's another no. Does not eat a balance. So P is a very P is someone who does not practice good health at all. P smokes, doesn't exercise, doesn't eat a balanced diet, and doesn't clean teeth properly. Definitely out. But even though S exercises regularly and cleans teeth, the smoking is what is going to cancel that out, right? So those
So,
who
Miss,
said yes, go
is
ahead.
it Q and R, Miss?
So the healthiest ones will be Q and R, yes. These people exercise, they eat well, and they don't smoke. Even though Q doesn't brush teeth properly, but still, compared with the others, the smoking is more detrimental. So the options would be B and C, right?
C. Yes, Miss.
Q and R, which is B and C. All right, and that's the end of it for today. That's the first 15 questions. And we're going to do 16 to 30 tomorrow. Miss Reed is also saying R and Q. Andreen is saying question 15, but it's question 13. All right, D. Yes, so tomorrow we'll do the next batch, and Wednesday we'll do another set as well, and even Thursday when you come back we'll do another set. Those who are going off to do their exam on Thursday, we still have another set of ability tests to do. And
Bye, Miss.
after that, bye Shaheen. After that, we're going to be focusing on the performance task and the curriculum based tests, right? So how was this
Excuse
paper?
me, Miss.
Yes, go
Miss,
ahead.
it was fine.
Miss, it was fine. It was okay.
Miss, it was fine, and
Miss, it was
thank you,
good, Miss.
Miss. That's
All right.
great, Miss.
So
Thank you, Miss.
let's see if the next batch of 15 questions would be more difficult tomorrow. You know, sometimes they tend to give you the easier ones first.
Yes, Miss. Yes,
You know
Miss.
that, right?
Yes.
To tease you and make you feel like, oh, I have this under control, right? And then they slam you with the hard ones. So we're gonna see tomorrow if it's gonna be a little harder or if it's easy peasy, just like these ones, right?
Excuse me, Miss.
Yes, go ahead.
Miss, is it grade 4 to 6 getting the exam, Miss?
No, the ability test is just grade 6. But it's good
Okay.
practice. It's good practice for grades 5 and grades 4. Grade 5 and 4. It's good
Okay,
practice to
what?
sharpen you up because you also have PEP exam coming up, right? So all of this will sharpen your skills as well. So we encourage everybody to participate. All right, so take care, scholars. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow, Miss.
Miss.
Bye. Bye.
Adios, Miss. See you
Those in the chat,
tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.
See you guys.